still hot. Had a really good game, and honest to God, I will not be surprised if either one of these teams is one of the teams in the NFC Championship game, potentially one of the teams that represents the NFC in the Super Bowl. But the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys went at it. Dallas Cowboys came out on top. Dak Prescott had a good statistical game. It wasn't like, oh, Dak Prescott took over, threw for, I don't know, like 200 yards, had 4 touchdowns. But what they really did and what really impressed me about the Dallas Cowboys, and if this can continue, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Just chalk it up. They have the NFC East. That's their division to win. But Zeke Elliott, I watched. Zeke Elliott, to this point, in the last couple of years, has looked slow. He does not look like he has his burst. Lost that. Today, looked like he found it. Zeke was hitting the hole hard, running people over, but the burst was there. There were some plays where he got the ball and his burst looked better than Tony Pollard, who's been the burst guy for them to this point. They moved the ball on the ground very well between Pollard and Zeke. Zeke had himself a game, found the end zone twice. Dak Prescott, a couple scrambles, he moved the ball. Again, Dak threw 4 touchdowns, great, but he wasn't lighting it up, didn't throw for 400 yards, 350 like he normally does, because they were able to move the ball very, very effectively on the ground. The other side, Carolina came in with this defense. It was supposed to be great. And again, Dak Prescott, he might have completed like 60% of his passes, 62, 63. Like, didn't light it up, but they couldn't stop the run. They just couldn't. They didn't really get to Dak. I'm not even sure if they had a sack in this game, to be honest with you. Defense was good. They made plays, but exploited. They gave up a lot of points, and this was the first really, really high-power offense they played. But I still think they can rein it in, and I think they can get it. Obviously, they lost J.C. Horn. They just added C.J. Henderson. They got to work him into this. C.J. Henderson's a good cornerback. They just got him from Jacksonville. They traded Dan Arnold. They need to work him in, get him into the system, and if these two teams play in the playoffs, that's going to be something that is, I imagine, by the end of the year or in a couple of weeks, going to be a big addition for the Panthers. That wasn't a factor right now in the secondary, and you need a good secondary when you're going to match up with the weapons that they have. And honest to God, CeeDee Lamb had 2 catches today. Amari Cooper had 3, had a touchdown, a long touchdown. But Dalton Schultz, their tight end, was, I believe he had the most receptions for them today. I could be wrong, but I believe he had the most receptions for the Cowboys today. I think he found the end zone as well. At halftime, this game was the Panthers. It was 14-13. It was 14-13 Carolina. They took the lead into the half. Sam Darnold ran for 2 touchdowns. Those 14 points were Sam Darnold scrambling it in. Actually, they were both designed runs. One was a power option. Sam Darnold kept from the 2, got it in. And then the other one was a quarterback draw from the 10, and he ran it in. He continues to look poised in the face of pressure. All year, I watched Carolina Panthers highlights, clips, whatever, and Sam Darnold has been making very, very good passes under pressure. He gets hit a lot. I don't know if it's, I don't imagine it's because he's holding the ball, but the Carolina Panthers offensive line is not that good. And it was shown today because Sam Darnold got sacked 5 or 6 times. And again, like I said, he made a lot of throws, really good throws, under duress, and he's been doing that all year, which is something you didn't see in New York, because not only did his line suck, but his weapons suck. And he has a weapon in the form of DJ Moore, who is very, very good, and Joe Brady does a very good job of lining him up. So, 14-13 at halftime. Before you know it, in the third quarter, by the end of the third, this game is going into the fourth, 33-14 Dallas. And what I learned from Carolina today was that they're not going to go down without a fight, because they get this thing back to a 1-score game with roughly 5 minutes left, and then the Cowboys just did not give them the ball back. That showed me something about Carolina, because they got punched in the mouth in the second half by Dallas, and Sam Darnold did throw 2 interceptions. One was either miscommunication or a really bad throw by him, and what's the Diggs? Cowboys Diggs. Can't think of his name. Diggs from the Cowboys picked it off. This is going to drive me nuts that I can't think of his name for this video. I know it, I just can't think of it, drawing a blank. Diggs picked it off, awful pass, and then the next play, the next interception, Sam Darnold tried to throw like a little curl or an out route to DJ Moore for the first down, and Trayvon Diggs sat on it and read it perfectly and just picked it off, ran right through it and picked it off. So that was more of a great play by Trayvon Diggs. And again, obviously just sitting on the fact that Sam Darnold's favorite weapon in a big third down is DJ Moore. So made a good read, good instinctive play and picked it off. But Carolina battled their way back, and they got it to a one-score game. And it's not like, oh, this game was a blowout, garbage time. Like, nope, they battled back. They put it within one score with 5 minutes left in the game. They just could not get the ball back. And again, I will say the play that sealed it was fantastic. Kellen Moore. It was so Dak Prescott takes it from under center. Fullback is Zeke. Tailback Pollard. Dak hands it to Zeke in the fullback position. Zeke bounces it out, and now it's like a power option. And he pitches it to Pollard. Pollard gets the first down, and game over. But these two teams, I think this game proved that they're for real. I already thought the Cowboys were for real. I thought last week, mark it up. They're in the playoffs. Give them their ticket because they're going to win the East because outside of them, stink. Giants got to win today, still stink. Eagles lost to the Chiefs, stink. Washington football team almost lost to the Falcons, who stink. So their defense, who again, I'm a guy who picked the Washington football team to be like a surprise Super Bowl pick of mine, them and the Patriots. That's not really looking well for me. But like I thought Washington's defense was going to give up less than 20 a game, and their defense is terrible. So the Cowboys have this. Division's theirs. Give them a playoff spot. And we're only 4 weeks in. But the Carolina Panthers, again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I think they are going to be the hurdle for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFC South for sure. I think both of these teams are playoff teams. I think this was a great thing to see from the Panthers and from the Cowboys. Cowboys battled the Bucs hard opening week, came out on the losing end. Panthers haven't played anyone, got punched in the mouth, came back, almost had a chance. They got themselves in position to potentially, just couldn't get the ball back. So I think this was great for both teams. And hell, if I see this matchup again in the playoffs, wouldn't hate it. That's all I got for this one. Let me know, Cowboys fans, Panthers fans, how you feel. Great game. Still love Sam Darnold. Dak's right up there for MVP. Like the video, subscribe, comment. Appreciate it. See you in the next one.